Just me and you, bro.
Man.
I miss it.
Man,
It's
yeah,
nice,
bro.
man. Nah, it's nice. Nah. OG.
Come on.
OG. Yeah. Back to the original. Back to
Yeah.
the plan. We went on our journeys. We had some guests, but now it's like, now we back to the whiteboard to map out the future. Talk about where we need to go. Talk about where we're getting. Talk about our journey since we first started. This is episode 14, man.
Episode 14?
This is episode 14.
Man, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
It's cancer season, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Cancer season. Like I have now, you mentioned to me over text, it's like this is what you go through. These feelings.
Yeah.
Bro, it's been unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal. Like it's not right, man. What I've had to go through, actually having to like confront my feelings that I've been suppressing for 34 years this lifetime.
Come on, man.
Because it ain't just like I started this life, bro. I've been suppressing this 4 lifetimes. So now I'm like, oh man, I don't know what to do. You know, they come up and I'm just like, okay, all right. It's like driving a car.
You feel them, man. That's what you did. You feel them.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
That's all you can
Welcome
do.
to our life. Welcome to cancers.
Yeah.
You cry.
Yeah.
You sometimes you're gonna have to just cry.
Yeah, man.
Sometimes you're gonna have to just,
I'm working on that.
Sometimes you're gonna have to just be sad.
Yeah.
You're sad.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to just be sad. You're mad. You just be mad. You're angry.
Yeah.
You just be angry. And at the same time, on the flip, sometimes you're gonna just be disconnected and detached emotionally from other people during this time as well.
Absolutely.
You're not going to really care too much about other people's emotions, and you're going to be so engulfed in your own emotions.
Absolutely. And then I've been toggling between, detached from other people to like just crazy bouts of like attachment to specific people like that I've had emotional baggage with. So I feel like, oh, I gotta go and jump on because I don't want you to leave. So it's crazy, bro. And I'm literally training myself because I haven't allowed myself to feel for my entire life.
Man.
Right?
Yeah.
Black men, we don't feel. We hide and we suppress what we go through.
Yeah.
Because in order to really confront what we've been through, we need to feel it
extensively.
Yeah, and we've already felt it, having
Thoroughly.
gone through it, but we need to actually refeel it. That's what processing is.
Yeah.
Because if you don't process those suppressed emotions, they affect you negatively.
Yeah.
And they really impair who you really are in present time, right?
Yeah.
Because you're hiding from yourself.
Not processing emotions, it leads to depression.
Man.
Because a lot of times depressions are it'll come from some very emotion that grew into a thought and grew into a belief system.
Man. Yeah.
And it's rooted in just a feeling.
Yeah.
Rooted in the feeling.
Yeah, it could start from something like I can't, right? That idea.
Yeah.
That thought can manifest in
fear. I'm afraid of will turn into a whole entire belief system, a whole entire thought pattern, a whole entire behavior pattern.
Yeah.
From I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
Lack. I don't have. The idea of don't have or the feeling of I don't have or I can't afford, people's entire life behavior will be rooted off of that idea based upon a feeling of I don't have.
I don't have. I can't.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. So welcome to cancers, man. Everybody makes fun of us. Everybody makes fun of cancers. Y'all so sensitive. Y'all so emotional. Okay, now you understand how.
Yeah.
We have to process emotions nonstop every day, all day.
Yeah.
And deal with and we're also so nurturing, so we have to deal with everybody else's emotions all day, every day as well. Too.
Yep. I understand. Yeah. What? Yeah, it's tough for me, man.
I feel like I'm going to write a book about about cancers. Well, I like to equate as just one. That's just your sun sign is just one sign.
Yeah.
But that cancer energy, I definitely feel like I'm an expert in cancerisms, in cancerness, man. You know what I'm saying?
You're definitely a cancer.
I'm definitely a cancer. I feel feelings.
Yeah.
And I could be detached at times.
Yeah.
And I could be overly engulfed in emotions at times. And I could be overly sensitive at times.
Yeah.
And have a big ego as well.
That's part of cancers as well, ego.
I mean, that's more so Leo energy, but I mean with the big ego, my Leo is I have a lot of Leo in my chart as well.
Okay.
So I do have.
Is your moon in Leo? Because I could definitely see Leo.
No, my moon is in Virgo.
Okay.
Which is why I'm so petty, and why I'm so sarcastic, and why I'm so why I'm also so rooted in in the dirt and the soil. I'm very grounded.
Yeah.
My moon and my rising are both in Virgo.
Yeah.
So I'm very connected to the earth, very earthy, very grounded, very
Yes,
rooted,
sir. Yes,
but
sir.
also I'm an asshole.
Yeah, I understand.
You know, so
I understand.
I'm very petty.
I understand.
People don't know that part of how petty I could be.
But where's the Leo come from?
It's just like in I have my Mars is in Leo.
Okay, understand.
Yeah.
All right, understand.
So
Yeah, because I just know Leo stay flexing. That's all I know.
it's there.
No.
It's
And then I will give credit where credit is due. Usually Leos, what I've seen, they have something to flex about. You know what I mean? Like I'm not. That's no cap.
Because we have that big ego.
Yeah,
the
okay.
ego isn't wrong or right.
Yeah.
It's just ego. If I didn't have a big ego, I wouldn't have the desire to do big things.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's right.
They go hand in hand. You can't. I do big things and I want to help a lot of people and I want to do phenomenal, impactful things.
Yeah.
Because I believe that I have the capacity to do these impactful things because I have a big ego.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if I had
yeah.
a small ego, I wouldn't believe that I have the power to
Absolutely.
be able to do big things.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you look at Kanye, he has that ego, but look where he is. Look where he got. It's that he even says it. It's that ego that got him to where he is. Right. So it's like, how do you use your ego to your advantage while you're currently in this body, right? And not let it run the show all the time. That's the game.
Yeah.
That's the game, man.
Yeah.
And, that's a balance we all toggle as men. Is like, okay, well, we got this ego. You know, it's fun, right? It's an avatar. You know, it's fun to flex. It's fun to like really to be that current instantiation of this physical body.
We call it to pop shit.
To pop shit.
I pop shit.
Shit is fun, man.
I pop shit
All the time.
But I also know
All the time.
I also know I can pop shit because I know that I do a lot of work that's not rooted in my ego.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have a big ego, but my life shows that the majority of my work isn't rooted in only validating my ego.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get the work I do is rooted in actually wanting to make an impact into the greater good of society.
I understand. I just realized something. We talk about ego, but we didn't submit ourselves at the beginning of this podcast.
I know. We just flowed in.
We flowed in. So yeah. Let's open up.
Yeah, let's open it up. Man.
Yes, sir. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, and Master of the Day of Judgment. Thee alone do we serve, thee alone do we beseech for divine aid. Guide us on the right path, the path upon whom thou hast bestowed favors, not upon whom thy wrath has been brought down, nor upon those who go astray. Amen. Priorities, bro. I almost had that cognition. It's like, man, we forgot. And I was like, no, we got to put it in.
Yeah,
we got to get it in.
We didn't forget.
Especially talking about ego, too. I could have let the ego take the show.
They are part that they go hand in hand.
That's right.
That ego, needing to say, okay, yeah, we're here now. We know you're here now. Let's sit down. Let's take a seat.
Yeah.
Let's
we know who's in charge. Like, no,
we know who's in charge.
Yeah, Allah's the best.
Yeah.
He's the greatest. Like
even
that.
my ego, I don't have ego that says no. We're not going to pray.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
you're absolutely
never.
right. Let's make sure let's get centered.
No, let's get centered. And like I'm not. And even in these times, like every moment right now, it's like it is a prayer for me because we are in those times right now. Mm-hmm. Right. So it's one thing, you could do the 5 times a day, but I've gotten to a point where like my life is a daily conversation with Allah because that his guidance and foresight is going to get me to where I need to go. And it's also going to allow me to handle all the stuff I haven't been looking at, what you've been talking about, right? And allow me to get through these feelings that I've been suppressing, right? Yeah, because it's that divine presence that allows us to ascend.
Do you want to touch on some of those feelings, man, and talk to them to the audience or not?
I mean, it'll cut.
The floor,
flow.
you don't have to, but yeah.
Yeah, they'll flow, man. But it's more just like feelings of insecurity, like a failure and fear of being rejected. Yeah, that's mostly what I've been going through right now, and even fear of not knowing what I'm doing. Right? Yeah, but that all dovetail it back to fear of failure. It's like, man, like I just haven't been feeling like I'm doing enough. Even though all I'm doing is stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know it's an illusion. It's a trap of way of thinking, but it's still like I still feel that feeling is that it's very real, and that I'm not sufficient. There's a lack in who I am.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where it's coming from. But
Facts. The feelings are real.
Yeah, man.
Whether the feelings are true
Absolutely.
is a whole nother conversation.
Absolutely.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Which me as a Cancer, I can talk about feelings, bro. It's like, yeah, they're real, but that doesn't mean that they're telling the truth. They're just feelings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
feelings are feelings.
Yeah.
They're not right. They're not wrong. They're indifferent. They're just emotions. They come, they go like the water.
Yeah.
They just come and they
Yeah.
go. Just don't hold on to them.
That's what. Boom.
Just don't
That's the move.
don't internalize all of the feelings.
Yeah.
Especially right now during Cancer season.
Absolutely.
Because they're all gonna be exalted. Your feelings are going to be put at a higher level in reality. You look at what's going on all around you. You look at how much people are just dealing with their emotions.
Yeah.
Right, Cancer season, everybody goes outside. Everybody wants to have more fun. The sun is out. It's hotter. With it being hotter, it's more
super hot.
more stickier,
Yeah.
more irritable. More people outside, more exposure to sickness and disease, more exposure to bacteria, more exposure to just the unpleasantries of being around a lot of humans at this time. We've been in the house for a year, bro.
Absolutely.
So you think they accidentally let humans outside during Cancer season? when it is the most chaotic time of the year?
Yeah.
This is the most chaotic time of the year.
I understand.
It's pure chaos right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Naturally.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a flood. It's an intensity of emotions every year.
And you touched on the flood. Yeah.
Yeah.
You said Cancer's the flood.
We're the
especially
flood.
The Nile River. Yeah, yeah. It's very real. And it's all out there right now. And like, I feel the flood within. I see it out there, and I'm just like, all right, well, I don't want to. I'm starting to lose my tendencies to try to control the flood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And that's my Capricorn, because bro, like, I like order. Like, I'm a straight up Capricorn. Like, I like rules, order, discipline, having control. Straight up. So, but that part of me is not conducive to the times, this Cancer season right now. Because it's like, I want to control the environment, but now I'm just like, let it go, man. Let it fucking go. Let it go. Let it flow. Yeah. And I'm saying that now, but I sometimes I feel like that. Right?
Yeah.
Like that I can let it flow. And other times I'm like, no, I gotta hold on to what I don't need to be holding on to.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why I'm being honest. I'm like, I'm saying let it go right now, but when I wake up at 5 a.m., like sweating, not knowing what to do, it's a different fucking story, bro.
Yeah, man.
It's a different story, man. So, like, just keep it at 100. It's like, I ain't always talking like this, bro.
No, facts.
Yeah, but this also, side tangent, is also why I train to fight, because, like, when you fight, like, you become present and all that goes away, and you're who you are.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just realizing it's like, you aren't who you are without your feelings. Your feelings makes you who you are. So if you're not feeling your feelings, you're not being yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's like us as men, we don't lead with them. I do think it's imperative that we process them and accept them as being present or here.
Yeah.
But I also know, like, we don't lead with them. We don't live life based upon them.
Yeah.
We live life based upon, purpose, based upon
Absolutely.
the work, based upon the mind,
That's right.
based upon what it is we're actually trying to consciously create.
Yeah.
And then let them be. They're here.
Yeah.
The feelings are going to come.
Yeah.
But they just can't run the show.
They can't, man.
They can't run the show.
And I think it's safe to say
Because they'll
that.
cause disorder.
That's right. You can't have disorder.
And they'll cause this thing.
You can't have nothing but chaos.
Yeah, bro.
Chaos
facts.
is beautiful. Chaos is beautiful because there's nothing. It's an unlimited potential, but you can't just have chaos, right?
Nothing will get done.
That's right. So I think it's safe to say that
It's like the last episode of Loki, man. It reminds me of the episode of Loki that just came out.
the movie or the episode.
Loki,
a show?
Loki's like a show. Loki's a show.
I thought it was a movie. I've only seen the billboards.
Loki's a show.
Go on
man.
with that. Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't know it was a show.
the last episode, spoiler alert, was with this person in the Marvel series called name is Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
And essentially one of his variants is like running our timeline. And
Okay.
he's like, basically, if you kill me, you're gonna unleash unlimited amounts of me, because all of me have learned how to step outside of time, space, and reality, and how to
Understood.
control timelines.
Understood.
I'm the one who secured this timeline, and if you kill me, you're gonna have to deal with unlimited amounts of me, or you cannot kill me, and keep this thing going, keep this dictatorship going, keep these unfortunately not all pleasant rules going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it's like,
yeah.
well, then what do you want? Do you want order? Or you want chaos? And they chose chaos. So
Okay,
now we're going to see what happens in season 2. But it's ultimately like that's just where we are. Like,
Understood.
order isn't all fun and games.
No, it's not.
Order isn't all cute. Order isn't order doesn't care about your feelings.
No, absolutely not, and it can't, because it has to do its job. Its job is to instill order. It has to make decisions irrespective of the feelings of who it affects, right? Yeah. So I think it's safe to say that.
And there will be casualties,
Absolutely.
as in anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
There will be more casualties in chaos.
Yeah. Yeah. Damn, that's real. Yeah. So I think it's safe to say that.
Because chaos breeds war.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So I think it's safe to say that what a man leads with rationality and order, and then so let's really audit what service are a man's feelings to him, right? I know they have
to be able to create a moral compass.
Understood.
You know, and to be able to create more self-awareness.
Understood.
And to be able to charge, like the will is the emotions and the mind coming together, right? The willpower, which is our ultimate secret weapon.
Absolutely.
The Haru, the superhero,
Yeah.
the willpower, the green. That's why I got Green Lantern tatted. Right, your willpower is your heart and your mind coming together.
Yeah.
And when you can bring those emotions and channel those emotions into what you know to be right and what you know to be what you want to do.
Understood.
And guide those emotions towards what your mind really wants, then you're unstoppable.
There we go.
Because the emotions are the currency, the energy,
Fuel?
Yeah.
Fuel.
They're the flow of energy.
Yeah.
And if you can guide that flow of energy into truth, into what you know, then it'll reiterate and strengthen what you know, as opposed to being double-minded.
I understand. That's that's confusion.
That's
confusion.
And if your heart and your mind ain't on the same page, then you're gonna be stagnant. You're gonna be depressed. You're gonna be confused.
You're gonna be stagnant.
Yeah.
So I think your mind has to know where you're going.
Yeah.
It's imperative. Otherwise, you have this fuel, this impetus, this direction of emotion. It has nowhere to go if you don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
Right. So you're gonna be stuck at a point, and your emotion are gonna smash against that fixed point.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be stuck, and you're gonna be chaos.
You can. We created dams to be able to channel water, and when you channel water, it generates what? Power.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
That's once again, back to the Nile. The Nile was what we did with the Nile was we created river banks.
That's right.
That's what all a bank is a storage of energy.
Yeah.
Or quote unquote money, quote unquote Federal Reserve notes.
Yeah.
Right. Where everyone comes and they plant their fiat, and then the culmination of that fiat is being reinvested into the economy and reinvested into the community.
Yeah.
So that's all banks are is where you store you store these seeds, and you channel this energy into the energy into these storehouses.
Yeah.
And then that grows produce.
Yeah.
Seedlings, more abundance.
Yeah.
So the same thing with emotions, where you can consciously put emotions. You can direct your emotions into things that you know are beneficial for you, and you can put your emotions into stimulating things. Because the reason us as Asiatics, we love TV. Right?
Yes,
the TV, what does it do? It stimulates us. It gets us engaged.
That's right.
It pulls our emotions out.
Yes, it does.
We have whole relationships with TV shows. How many of us really? A lot of us have an entire relationship with a TV show.
Yeah, that's right.
Or really look at people in a different light because we see them on that box.
Absolutely, yeah.
We can deify people simply by seeing them on YouTube, seeing them on TV. And they become quote unquote stars.
Yeah.
Because they have learned to play with our emotions. Soap operas is a real thing because it plays with your emotions. Absolutely. And then now you become addicted. Now you become invested.
That's right.
right?
Yeah.
People have an investment into these things that channel their emotions.
That's right.
So we can guide that and watch and consciously watch things. Me, I watch BWO a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To consciously channel my emotions into the thoughts that I know are ultimately for the greater good.
That's right.
I'll go back and I'll watch videos of my sheik from my temple to just use my emotions towards being a better more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Like I want to feel. I know I want to be better. I know I want to be wealthier. I know I want to be a better gardener, a better leader.
Yeah.
So I watch things that's going to stimulate those emotions that I can channel into the thought processes I want to have.
Yeah.
Same with reading books, right?
And then these thought processes take you ultimately where you want to go.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
So
yes.
So wealth, abundance, prosperity, etc.
Etc.
Yeah.
Spirituality.
That's
transcendent enlightenment.
That's right.
And I feel the feelings of what I want. I feel the feelings of what I'm trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
And then I put my mind to that.
That's right.
They do work. My feelings and my thoughts work together. I don't have a double. I'm not double minded.
I understand.
Because I've had to figure out how to deal with these intense emotions since I was a little kid.
I understand.
I can't go around crying anymore.
Yeah.
I can't go around yelling out. I'm glad that my son placement is in cancer, because now I've had to deal with so many emotions. Now I'm very I'm detached with a lot of things that people are emotionally engaged in, because I had to process that emotion a long time ago.
Yeah.
I had to deal with those feelings when I was 6.
Yeah, yeah.
y'all be you know what I'm saying, 50 years old dealing with them. Nah, man, I had to deal with that because it was too intense. So a lot of the things that I've had to deal with a lot of emotions already in my teens and my young adults in my early 20s, and now a lot of things don't engage my emotions, because I know once my emotions are engaged, I don't let go. That's why we got these, they nickname us, a crab. We don't let things go.
Yeah.
Right. And you're going to be seeing that around this time too, where it's going to be hard to let things go naturally.
Yeah.
You're going to hold on to certain feelings.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's where I'm at. Yeah. Hard to let things go. Hard to let things go that I see are crumbling even. I'm like, okay, why would you hold on to a crumbling building?
Yeah.
No, you gotta let it fall down. And then look at the pieces and see if anything can be salvaged, if anything. If not, move on. Find another building, build another building, right? But yeah, I'm glad you said that.
Crab claws, man.
Yeah. Crab claws?
Yeah, the crab is the animal of the cancer season.
Oh, that's a cancer. That's right. It's a crab.
It's a crab. and also what do crab do? They move sideways. They sidestep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in them claws, it's hard to let go.
It's hard to let go.
And then what you naturally want to do with a crab, when you see a crab, what does it go do? It goes hide in the dirt. It's natural to want to go just duck off.
Yeah.
I want to go back high. I want to go hide.
Man, that's a good metaphor for what's happening. Yeah, because it's when these emotions come up. Yeah, it me at least. Yeah, I want to hide from them. Like, oh, I don't want all this. Wait a minute, no, hell no. This, I'm good, bro.
I'm going back in the dirt.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm going back. I'm gonna go. Yeah, and press snooze. I'm gonna go back in the dirt. No, we ain't doing this. But now, that's been me my whole life. But now that it's really hit me, and I think because we went on this forum, started talking about feelings, and that opened the floodgates. And then cancer season, and then also we got retrogrades as well. So everything. Bro, everything's out there right now.
Yeah.
Everything's out there right now, and I
and just feel it, man.
Yeah, feel it, and it's nice. Objectively, I'm like, okay, I'm glad I'm actually allowing myself to feel, because one, I've got 3 children, so if I can't allow myself to feel, how am I gonna allow my children? I'm not. I'm gonna shut them up.
Islam.
I'm gonna say stop crying.
Yeah,
which is what I do, and now I'm like, oh, I can't do.
And then you ask yourself, which is more imperative, mind you, objectively, not saying you, but just in general. Dealing with other people's emotions. It's like, is it the fact that dealing with their emotions is too much for you to handle at this time, so you want them to stop, or is it
Yeah.
Or are you really understanding why they're crying in the first place and what makes them sad?
Yeah.
Because I know me as a
Absolutely.
cancer child,
Absolutely.
I do understand it was very difficult for my parents to deal with me as a child because they had more pressing manners
Yeah.
than my emotions.
I understand.
But
Yeah.
I had a lot of emotions and they were very real and they were very intense.
Yeah.
So over time, it's like, Tim, just shut up.
Yeah, I understand.
And then what I naturally do, well, fine, I'm gonna internalize, hold it in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not projecting on you, just saying like,
No,
when we're dealing with,
I understand.
have a more so different insight of how to deal with people's emotions, especially kids' emotions.
Yeah.
I'm very patient with kids. Kids' emotions don't bother me.
I understand.
Because like, bro, you ain't got more emotions than me.
Oh, absolutely.
But I also do see a lot of parents who get upset with their children. It's like, you're not upset with your child. You just don't have the emotional fortitude to deal with their emotions.
Absolutely. Boom. That is exactly what it said. And so you see them being emotional, you get triggered.
Yeah.
You get triggered.
Which I understand.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's not an easy job to be a parent.
Oh,
Be
not at all.
honors to you, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
man,
it's not nothing that can be.
Yeah,
can
yeah.
be,
And what we're talking
downgraded.
about it like right now, and I'm like, no, this is like a present time problem. It's like, man, why would I? I have to check myself all the time. Be like, I can't be telling my children to stop it.
Yeah.
I'm really telling myself to stop it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling myself to stop feeling, because when I see them acting out their emotions, and it's something about me. I see them doing what I'm unable to do. Right?
Yeah. That hint of like jealousy.
Bro, straight up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's real. That's exactly what it is.
I see it, bro.
Yeah, he's like, man, I can't cry. I can't cry. Fuck you. For real. No. Bro,
for real.
it's terrible.
That's for real.
exactly
That's how
what
you
it is.
feel.
That's how I feel.
That's how you feel.
All of them too, bro. Like they get to a point where they start screaming and crying. I'm like, because there's a part of me that's doing that too, but I've suppressed it so much that I can't do that.
Yeah.
I literally forgot how to do that. So I'm like, no, you can't do it. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. So yeah, man.
The self-awareness is what children bring, man.
Absolutely.
I've worked with children for a long time. I worked at every level. Like I worked at daycare all the way up to high school, all the way up to early 20s.
Yeah.
For years, man, just really spending time working in different environments of children to just consciously understand. Like I need to learn kids and children and learn how to be of assistance to parents, you know, and then prepare myself to be a parent. Yeah. You know, that day may come in the future.
That's right.
It's not here now. But you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I see. Yeah, and it's not just in our community. It's not just stop crying. It's like stop crying. Smack.
Exactly. Smack. Stop crying or I'll give you pain.
Oh God. Yeah.
That slogan, stop crying, I'll give you something to cry about, is one of the most insidious things that we
fucked up.
And mind you, I get it. I do get it. You cannot we can't train children to lead with their emotions. But if we never allow children to process their emotions, they will never know how to process their emotions, and we'll have adults who cannot process their emotions and harbor hostility and harbor rage and harbor animosity and then create mental disease.
There we go.
Because you harboring the feelings in your body, which is affecting your breathing, affecting your heart, affecting the blood to the mind.
That's right.
It's affecting, and we store trauma in the body.
Absolutely. Store in the mind and leads to mental health disturbances, and that's where I've been. You said depression. Yeah, I was this, I had a psychotic break because there was a point when I was 20. I think I've hinted at this with you, but when I was 25, I lost it. You feel me? Yeah, because my, whatever I was suppressing, everything in my life, in my track that I was suppressing just came to the front, and it was like, it came and just blew up, and I was just left with pure spirit. Yeah. And I didn't have the discipline or fortitude to handle being pure spirit in this body.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Like,
definitely
you have to train up to that point. Right. So what happened is just everything that I was suppressing, all those emotions, all that trauma, it just it brought me, it blew up in my face. It brought me to the breaking point. But it felt good at first, where I was just being spirit. But this is a body.
Yeah.
body has rules.
Yeah.
You can't just do what you want.
Yeah.
Over an extended period of time. And so what happened is that I broke that rule and paid the price, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so now I'm like, okay, that happened for a reason. So now Allah is showing me, okay, well, these are all the reasons that led you to that point, bro. What are you going to do to confront it? Here's some emotion. Here's this emotion today.
Yeah.
Here's this emotion.
Here's this emotional thing right here.
Yeah, here's this emotional thing. Here's this issue.
Yeah.
Here's your son screaming at your face. Here's your son doing literally what you did when you were 5 and 6 years old. Literally what you did.
Yeah.
And that is what's so scary. It's like, man, I see him literally doing acting out how I felt at that age.
And are you going to heal or are you going to repeat the loop?
Yep. And to be honest, I toggle between both.
Yeah, because you're in the human experience.
That's right.
And you, especially during now where there is a 6 and a 9, they're both constantly spinning.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You'll always be, especially now. There is no separation.
No, bro.
You get, and that's one thing to us about us cancers is like people don't accept that, like we're not the good guys or the bad guys. Right. We are the 6 and the 9 constantly spinning. We are the light and the dark, the good, the bad, constantly, and none of them is more greater than the other.
Yeah.
It's just about how we choose to redirect. How do we choose to use these energies?
Yeah. 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 Like, man, that 6-9, that's a very powerful. That's what it is. Yeah. It's
this constant spinning, right? You see, they're moving. It's a loop. It's a loop.
It's the loop.
So do you keep the loop or do you break the cycle?
That's right.
And that's the hard part.
It's very
because you're constantly toggling both. You'll break the cycle tomorrow, and then you look up and you be like, wait, I thought I was outside this loop.
Yep.
And it's like, no, bro, you didn't. It's a multiverse. I'm gonna keep going to Loki because like it's a multiverse, bro.
Man.
Maybe that yesterday you did, but guess what? You in another dimension today.
Yes, sir.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or maybe that decision that you went through yesterday put you into another dimension. Now you at another level today. Now you at a whole other level.
That's right.
Because you did make 3 right decisions.
That's right.
So now you at another level of consciousness.
That's
now
right.
it's going to be it's going to be another level of objects or obstacles.
Yep.
Another level of your son going to test you.
That's right. Another level of loops. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And the thing about loops is they go back to infinity. They go back to infinity that way. So that's what makes them so hard to break, is you've been doing the same shit for lifetimes.
Yeah.
Right? This is not like
and we think it's our mom and we think it's our dad. No, man, this is eternal. These are like, yeah, bro, this is lifetimes.
Lifetimes.
This is DNA.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. You can't just ignore the pulls of your DNA. Right? No, it's not going to happen. And that's why, when you react like that, like I have, when I react in ways that are not conducive to emotional, spiritual health for my children, it is me at that moment. I am reacting from who I am at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not acting out. I'm like, no, that's who I am, because I haven't processed where that came from. Right? And it's very difficult to catch yourself in those moments. When you're reacting in a way that's not conducive to your child's emotional well-being, and to be like, you know what, I'm sorry, I love you, right?
Because it's like you're observing yourself do. You're watching the movie play. It's like you're watching yourself do this.
That's right. Yeah.
And emotions take over.
Yep.
And now when emotions take over, the body has taken over.
Yep.
And the impulses have taken over, and the triggers have taken over,
Yep.
and the reflexes have taken over.
Yeah. Yep.
And the defense mechanisms have taken over. The survival tactics have taken over.
Justification.
Yeah. Yes, the body's deep, bro.
The justification, man. It's like, oh, you deserve that.
Yeah.
You deserve to get beat.
Yeah.
You deserve to get hit.
Exactly.
You deserve to get cheated on. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it.
You deserve it.
You deserve it. Yeah.
That's what.
Nothing to do with me.
No.
Please. No. It has nothing to do with my infinite loops that I'm fighting. It has everything to do with you.
You know what? And you deserved it because you made me feel this.
Yeah.
So that's why I did that.
Yeah. Man.
And that in itself, that's not divine masculine.
No, it is not. What is that?
That's lower level, man.
It's lower level.
That's lower level.
It's lower self.
It's pure emotions.
It's lower level. That's right. Man, yeah. I guess a requirement for divine masculinity, which is we both try to live up to, is acknowledging these behaviors, these tendencies.
Of course, man.
You have to. And then calling yourself out on it.
Which is why I started studying alchemy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because alchemy is mental, spiritual, and then physical.
Yeah.
And I know I need more mental and spiritual and emotional alchemy.
Yeah.
I need to break some things down. I need to burn some things down. I need to purify some. I need to continue to purify myself. Continue to purify.
Yeah.
Continue to put myself at the highest. Destroy myself to build myself up to its highest capacity.
Yep.
Through a process.
Through a process.
Through a scientific method process.
Yeah.
Not a magical rainbow.
Yeah.
Through understanding elements, through understanding the universe, through understanding how, just how this whole thing works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then doing the purification process.
That's right.
To be able to be my height, to be gold.
To be gold.
To be a real alchemist, to be somebody from Kemet. Like what Kemet was where the alchemists were.
Yeah.
That's where alchemy came from. It was the place of the chemists, where the L's were. All the L's were doing all the L's in Kemet.
Yeah. L is a surname.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? All the L's and all the L's were in Kemet. And this is what they did.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Literally made gold. Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Understood.
We didn't just find gold in the middle of the desert.
That's real,
Kemet
bro.
is in you have to go through the Sahara to get to Tamari, to get to Kemet. You
Yes,
get
sir.
what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
We didn't just pick up gold out the dirt.
That's a good point.
We made
where did that gold come from?
Alchemy.
Yeah, that's right.
That's why I advocate people to read The Alchemist.
Yeah,
because you're gonna go to Tamari, to Kemet to learn alchemy, and then you're gonna realize the treasure was already back home. You already had the treasure.
That's
it was
right.
already inside of you.
That's right.
We just go here to remember, to learn, and then to be able to go back.
Absolutely.
It's where we go to be reborn.
Yeah. Yeah, I got that book. I read he's not in Kemet yet. He's on the way there.
He's on the way. he's
on the
on
way.
the
That's right.
Haru's,
Yeah,
he's
that's
on
right.
Haru's journey.
He's on the journey. He's at the merchant shop right now. But yeah, I was like, to be honest, reading this book, I understand completely why you and brother Elo recommended it. It's like, I got it. It's all within. You got to find it.
And once you find it, you're gonna realize you already had it.
You had it.
And it's imperative to go back to Tom Mary's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right.
They're releasing their not releasing. The Grand Egyptian Museum is going to open up maybe late this year or early next year.
Yeah.
But bro, it's the biggest museum of one civilization in the world.
Yeah.
And mind you, there's still a lot of other Medu Neter from throughout the rest of the world too.
Absolutely.
So us wrapping our minds around why we have been disconnected from Tamari Kemet, quote unquote, Egyptology, because think about that, bro. It's right now they've built the biggest museum ever in the world.
Yeah.
That has one civilization.
Is it in Cairo? Do you know what city it is?
It's right next to the pyramid.
Oh, understood. Okay.
And it's just mega. So it's like the shape is like a pyramid laying down.
Understood.
And it's so big and it's so much Medu Neter.
Yeah.
And there are things they have been hiding for hundreds of years. So much Medu Neter. And there's still Medu Neter in Paris, Germany, France, and America, Britain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it's like just us accepting that like we done laid it here, bro. They're not gonna tell you on BET.
No, they're not.
They're not gonna show you show you thousands and thousands and thousands of years of Medu Neter that we have consistently been leaving behind.
Yeah.
Consistently been in statues and portraits and art and
Absolutely.
technology and science and all these beautiful things that we've just been leaving and leaving and leaving and leaving. And now finally we're in the age where we can actually go there to the biggest museum in the world and be able to really see statues full in this museum that look like you, bro.
That look like me.
Statues,
Yeah.
paintings,
Yeah.
portraits,
Yeah.
mega statues.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
With our faces on it. And they know.
Our faces. They
and
know.
they know.
They know.
And they know that but they know it, but they learn how to create and control the narrative through Egyptology.
Yeah.
Egyptology is a narrative.
That's right.
It's a way to keep it's a way to keep the resources, hoard the resources, and then only circulate the resources with people who know how to speak this language and know how to, conduct themselves in this type of a manner.
Yeah. While they keep these resources and the meta nature that they've stolen from the people it could most benefit, which is us.
Yeah.
What that does, seeing the meta nature, seeing people that look like you operate at that level, it unlocks things in your mind. Because I remember the first time I saw
DNA.
Yeah, DNA. Yeah, exactly. It unlocks that in your DNA. When I've told you this. One of the first things we talked about is when I went to see the King Tut exhibit in Philadelphia. I saw the head bust, and I was like, "Oh, that's me." Yeah, straight up, like no doubt in my mind. I didn't tell any. I went with white friends. I didn't tell them that. They wouldn't believe me. They'd be like, "Oh no, that's not a nigger."
Yeah.
For real, right? But I saw that, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
When I seen the King Tut exhibit,
Yeah.
that was when I really started conceptualizing that I have a connection to this, because I was being mad when I seen the King Tut exhibit. I started feeling upset.
Why? You remember?
Because I'm like, y'all lying. Stop playing.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah,
I
understood.
like I'm I'm remembering that I remember this stuff.
I understand.
You get what I'm saying? I remember that I know that that's not what we were saying.
Yeah.
I know that's not what we meant. Don't take our language and play with our language.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't take the way we speak and try to turn it into something to make it seem like we're something that we're not.
Yeah.
That's not how we speak.
Yeah.
We naturally speak in metaphors. We naturally speak bars. People love rappers, right? Because he got bars.
got bars.
That's how we talk.
Yeah.
We talk in bars.
Yeah.
We talk in metaphors.
Yeah.
So if we say, it's like example, like, oh, they'll be like, oh, the Egyptian kings dated their sisters, and it's like, we know right now, we're like, oh, that's a sister. That don't literally mean our blood sister.
Yeah.
A sister mean that's a woman of our culture, right?
People. Yeah.
That's our people.
That's our people. Period. Yeah. Sister. That's our sister.
She a sister.
A sister.
So you think that we just start speaking this way now?
No.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No.
You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
we could be like, oh, I pull up in a foreign, right? That's
real.
We know that
That's how we
I
talk.
pulled up in a foreign means, it doesn't literally mean you pulled up in a foreign, pulling a foreign.
Yeah.
It means you came up here in a car that's usually of German or any. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or you came here in a Italian or German car.
That's real, bro.
We know how we talk.
Yeah.
We talk in metaphors and,
right.
and bars.
That's right. Yeah.
We didn't just start doing that.
Yeah. And that's why
That's why they call it ebonics, because we have they demonize our superpower, which is the ability to continue to keep creating language.
That's right.
Our language keeps moving, and we learn how to speak. That's why even like what we had in slavery, what they call it, like we would sing gospel songs.
Yeah.
Right, and these gospel songs was teaching people, saying, okay, this is the plans.
Yeah.
We've always learned how to take language and deconstruct it and redistribute it into whatever it is we speak in context.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying because you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Even right now, like, oh, keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck.
It doesn't mean keep it a buck.
I mean, keep it a fucking buck. I know. I could feel that.
It means tell me the truth at this present moment.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. That's exactly what I mean. Yeah. But even when like just the way you said it, it communicates the sentiment. I know what you're like. Yeah, keep it up. Don't cap. Don't bullshit. Right?
Don't cap. No cap. So if we wrote on the thing, no cap, and they'd be like, no cap, and you got Egypt people going around saying, they were saying they don't wear caps. Look it.
Absolutely.
No, bro, we're not saying we don't wear caps. We're saying stop telling a lie.
Stop lying.
You get what I'm saying? So that I know that's how Egyptologists. Don't ask me how I know, because I just know. You get what I'm saying? I like my DNA. And that's when I start realizing there's more to it, because I start being able to see it, and I start knowing that's not what we were saying.
That's not.
And then after I did a lot of years of
cap. That's cap.
Yeah. And that was before I was really a student, because I'm a student of Egyptology as well.
Yeah.
I study Egyptology.
Yeah.
Because I do want to get all points of reference. So I have a lot of books, and I've been studying Egyptology for like years.
Yeah.
And then I started studying the meta nature. Yeah. And then once I really unlocked my DNA and unlocked my mind, then it was like, oh, full circle, because now I'm able to see it from their academia, scholastic standpoint. And then I can able to see how they're finessing and reiterating and contorting how our very essence of being.
Yeah.
And then demonizing it to us, so that way that they continue to dominate the economy of the meta nature.
Yes, sir.
Because there's a major Japan is the biggest investor into this Grand Egyptian Museum.
Oh, huh.
More than any other country.
Huh.
Japan.
I know. Yeah.
The architectures are like American and European, but the people who put the money up, who really put the money up, because it cost double what was initial projections.
Yeah.
Japan. So you think that like somebody is valuable.
Yeah.
Because they're not gonna put that much money up in a museum. Like, let's not play like museums generate billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Because it's a natural. We want to go see that Mother Nature is in us. The whole world.
Absolutely.
We love, like, they take King Tut. They take King Tut and put him on a tour.
Yeah.
They take his stuff and put it on a tour around the world, bro.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's real.
A tour.
That's right.
They take our artifacts and they take it on tour.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I do. I've been on those tours.
Yeah. But it's like, do we conceptualize that that's how valuable the Mother Nature is?
It's very valuable.
That you can take this on tour and just let people see it.
That's right.
And people will just pay to come see our stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
That's right.
A lot of money. Billions of dollars. And then that, mind you, that money isn't being poured back into our community.
No, it's not. No.
Whether because we don't have any type of connection
Yeah.
to it.
We haven't made that demand.
Yeah, and I get. I mean, I get. It's in Egypt, but I know the Mother Nature isn't something that's limited there. The Mother Nature is we can make Mother Nature right here.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? That's just things we
Making it right now.
we can Islam, right? I mean, exactly. That's why I start putting numerology on clothes.
I understand.
That's why I start putting Mother Nature concepts on my clothes.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Because like everything is the Mother Nature.
Yeah.
We are, like you said, it's right here, it's right now. This is the Mother Nature.
This is what it is. Yeah. Right. And it's like, it's bars, right? It's bars. Like we aren't freestyling a rap. This podcast is bars, right? And this is just it's ours.
I mean, and hip hop is our one of our meta natures.
That is our meta nature.
Yeah.
And that's why it resonates with us so heavy.
We just don't own it.
That's right.
They just take it. They take it on tours.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, hip hop is our meta nature, definitely.
And they finesse it they finesse your meta nature, which is rap right now, to accomplish their objectives, which is keeping us in this condition.
Exactly.
Right.
Because the meta nature is the meta nature, no matter what.
Right.
It's not good or it's not a good or bad thing.
Yeah.
It's whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's our power.
That's right.
You can use your power for your detriment, or you can use your power for your strengthening.
Absolutely. Yep. And so they channel it to always make it toward.
They don't. We don't hear songs on the radio talking about grow organic food. I grow organic food. I grow organic food, and I do agriculture. And we don't hear that. You get what I'm saying? Where is that album?
No.
Where's the album teaching you how to grow organic food?
That's right.
It's not gonna happen.
No, sir.
Where's the album teaching you how to build infrastructure?
No.
It's not gonna happen.
No.
They're not gonna get a deal.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And have we built up a society of our people to where there would be a demand for that music? That's our responsibility.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's on us as well. It's like there has to be a demand for that, right? Otherwise, you're just rapping to yourself about organic gardening.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And mind you, I plan on putting out some music this year.
Good.
But it's not like a pressy manner, but it's something that's always been in me that I want to put out because I thoroughly agree. Like, we can complain about the rappers.
Yeah.
Or we can make some rap.
That's the answer.
You know?
That's the answer.
We can make some music too.
Yep.
Because once again, it's our meta nature.
That's right.
We can make some music.
Yeah. And then,
I'm gonna make some music about like Cuban links and Kyanite and Hood and Healthy. Sacral chakra, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm gonna make some adult music too. You know?
Sure.
So
yeah, but like the meta nature, that's the essence of who we are. That's it, right? Yeah.
It's Mother Nature.
Yeah.
It's the way the universe works.
Yeah. I'm going back to that experience with seeing King Tut, and I had these feelings, but I didn't communicate them to anybody at the time. I was just like, oh, that's me, but I can't tell my white friends. Like, I can't even tell my parents, and I didn't even vocalize that sentiment to my mom until like many years later, right before I had my little spiritual awakening, psychotic break. It was that I told her, like, Mom, like, by the way, when I saw King Tut, that was me, and she told me, she was like, she didn't think I was crazy. She's like, what made you feel that? She was testing me. Because she knows that the meta nature, she knows that we were there too. She just like, she was trying to lead me to my own answers. Right. to perform my own alchemy as opposed to just doing it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a good mother, like a good steward, right? And then everyone's got our journey back home, right? So this podcast is a forum to get one means by which one can get back, to start asking those questions of where did I come from? Who am I really?
Yeah.
Right? But
and that's how I felt when I started studying Akhenaten, which is like this weird sense of like, that's me. That was me.
Yeah.
And then it started getting, then the more I would learn, the more uncomfortably it would become, because I start as I started learning his thought process.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh shoot. then I started learning he changed his name during cancer season.
Oh,
Then I started learning like the things he studied are the things I study. Right, the things
real,
the things he was really into, his philosophies, his ideologies of the world, and his ideologies of when he came into being. Like, he came into being during one of the wealthiest times of Kemet time area at that time.
Yeah,
and it's like, this is how we feel about it. We have come into being at one of the wealthiest times in American history, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, America is very, very, very wealthy right now.
Yeah,
we're so wealthy that we don't even operate our wealth. We don't. There's more outside entities who govern and have power over our wealth more than we do.
Yeah.
And even with that, we're still very wealthy. Our quote unquote poor in LA is not poor. Our quote unquote broke is not. We got Jordans and stuff like that. We got a bunch, you know what I'm saying, $300 shoes talking about I'm broke.
That's real. Yeah.
Unlimited transportation. We have, you know what I'm saying, we have sewage. You get what I'm saying? We have plumbing. Talking about I'm poor. Like, bro, do you understand? Like, nah, bro. We got, you get what I'm saying? We got Amazon.
Yeah.
And iPhones. This is a supercomputer, bro.
Yeah, it is.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. I'll go back to your Akhenaten. The feelings that you said you felt. Did you feel any of, wow, I was that then. What about me now?
I felt like it's either break the loop, it's either continue the loop or break the cycle.
Yeah, I feel
because everything he did wasn't. I feel the way he felt, but everything he did wasn't the best.
I understand.
Right? Yeah. And I understand why he did those things, because he operated as a Cancer.
Yeah.
He operated as emotionally detached from certain things and very emotionally invested in other things.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if anything, I definitely learned more to be more militarized, because he said, I don't care about the military anymore.
Oh, he did that.
Definitely, and the entire empire crumbled.
Okay, there we go.
And then supposedly, some people say King Tut was his son. Some people say King Tut was his little brother.
I understand.
And mind you, I also mind you, I look at it objectively. I look at it as frequencies, vibration. I look at it as thought patterns. So I also look at it as Akhenaten could just represent the mindset of the general population at that time.
I understand.
Right, a king at that time could just be a representation, an allegory of the overall thinking pattern and overall way society was ran.
Yeah.
At that time. And then the next king is, okay, we're going, no, like it's all dogma. Then we didn't just create dogma. We didn't just create what's that word that you guys always say in the nation? Propaganda.
Oh yeah.
Yes, right. Propaganda has been here forever. There's proof that shows that we did propaganda in time and Kemet. We would make different things and do different things, and then you go back in history.
It's how you affect public opinion.
Yes. Yeah, so I look at that as the same as the kings, where certain kings could just be propaganda.
Yeah.
Certain king could just be a representation of a concept.
Yeah.
A representation of the ideologies and the thought patterns that was going on around that time. So I look at Akhenaten as that, as someone who, when you allow Cancer energy to rule, it's going to it changed everything, but it left a lot of it created a lot of chaos.
I understand. Yeah.
Like Caesar.
Yeah.
Caesar's, once again, Caesar is July is Cancer season. Yeah. He renamed it after himself.
I understand.
Pure Cancer. Mm-hmm. Caesar was super military. And super big scheme, but he didn't cut off enough of the people. He was too lenient on people close to him.
Understand.
He was too trusting on people close to him.
Yeah.
These are people who have already betrayed him, and he didn't kill him.
I understand.
and he gave him mercy. And then what they do?
Killed him.
But there was you feel me?
Yeah, I understand.
Same with Tesla.
Yeah.
Cancer.
Yeah. Nikola Tesla was a cancer?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Huh. Damn. I understand.
And similar thought patterns.
Yeah.
Was where he was super, let's change the world. But a whole time JP, you know what I'm saying? Not JP, well yeah, he was playing with him too. But Edison.
Yeah.
They was playing with him.
Yeah.
JP was playing with because JP was
Wait, JP.
JP Morgan.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of them people was playing
I understand.
playing with him.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like that cancer energy. Like I studying Akhenaten definitely set me on a path to consciously start studying cancer energy more.
Yeah.
If anything, that's one of them things. Like saying I resonate with you, even if I wasn't you in a past life. Your thought process of this Cancerian energy is my son as well. Like my son is a Cancer, so these ideologies, these characters, right? Because your son is your character, right? So like this character of Cancer energy, I need to have a better understanding of it, so that way I can study from all you leaders who have this Cancerian energy, and then not go on each different loop and try to make sense of it in here from studying these different multiverses.
I understand.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is why I will always give Marvel they just do, because however we feel about Marvel is also our meta nature. Like they know the sciences, and they know the science. They put the science out there in the 60s, and now they have the budget to be able to take those same things they were saying in the 60s and bring them to the forefront.
That's
because
right.
even Kang the Conqueror,
motion pictures.
yeah. They if you study X-Men, they was always talking about Kemet, ancient Egypt. Even right now, like to do Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
In the old comic books, he went back in time and became the king of ancient Egypt.
I understand.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like Marvel has been tapping in with the meta nature and tapping in with science and tapping in with astrophysics and tapping in with Spider-Man is super deep into like astrophysics and like alternate universes and alternate realities and all of that type of stuff.
Yeah, man.
So
so Akhenaten, he shut down the military. It goes back. So he was a Cancer. Yeah. I'm trying to think because I think my problem is that I've been too focused on having like a militant mindset, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I want to be militant. I want to be have that strategic militant mindset. But how does one balance that militant mind and military with emotions, or does it go back to what you said earlier? You channel your emotions to fund your military stratagems. Is that what happened?
From what I gather around Akhenaten, he definitely operated more in his emotions.
I understand.
Right? Because he inherited Tamari is one of his highest. Mm-hmm. His grandfather, maybe not his grandfather, but his lineage, they came out of bondage.
Yeah.
And then from out of bondage, they went on the attack to take over everywhere around them.
Yeah.
To be on the extreme military. So by the time Akhenaten had came into rule, a couple generations down, they had taken over everyone around them because they were like, ain't nobody finna ever come in here and take us over ever again. We ain't gonna never be indentured servants. We ain't gonna never be no slaves.
Yeah.
They was down for a couple hundred years. It was a couple hundred years of them not being ran by themselves.
Yeah.
Like where we are now.
Yeah.
So imagine us getting in a position where we're really running our own country and we're really have our own nation, and then we go on the extreme offense and we go take over everybody. Like Killmonger.
Yeah.
Right?
Killmonger's
like, you ain't gonna never do that to us ever again.
Yeah.
So he was born into generations of that.
Yeah.
So he had already come into not needing to understand the importance of the military because everything was already secured.
Yeah, I got it.
Right? So with that, he wasn't raised to be king. He was raised to be a brother of the king. So he spent more time studying the mystics and studying, sciences and studying philosophy. So when he came into power to be a king, he still had that philosophy mindset, and he tried to do things the status quo.
Man.
But ultimately, he was like, this isn't authentic to myself. If I'm going to be king, I'm going to go back old school. So imagine right now, let's say Joe Biden says, you know what? I'm not going to be Catholic or Christian anymore. The new American religion is now, we're going to worship Amen.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to worship the meta nature. That's the American religion now. Imagine what that would do to the entire economy.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And then imagine Joe Biden also said, you know what, Washington, D.C., it's not going to be the capital no more. We're going to move to Delaware. Yeah. Delaware is not a capital. Now, that whole political structure is going to be completely messed up.
That's right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And imagine this same king imagine Joe Biden be like, you know what, after changing the religious system, which changes the art, which changes all the culture of our entire economy, and then we change our entire political structure, and we're gonna go to a whole new place. Also, you know what? I want to whoever all the army around the world. Guess what? If you don't want to be in the army, you don't have to be in the army. You can come back home, and you can help us build this new capital city. And you know what? Whatever.
I understand.
And it's like, bro, we have outposts. It's a real thing. We have it's a real thing, bro.
Yeah.
And imagine the president be like, yeah, I know, but if you don't want to be in the army, if you don't want to fight overseas no more, and you want to come home, you can come on right now.
I understand.
So now you're destabilizing every other country.
So that's what Ankh did.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
That's
he
pretty
he destabilized the entire economy first, and then he destabilized the entire political structure.
I understand.
And then he destabilized the entire spiritual structure because he said, hey, because at that time, with Amen worship, Amen means the hidden one. Amen is just one aspect of Ra. So what the priest or quote unquote Congress was doing was like, basically, you got to come to us to get to Amen.
Yeah.
So what Akhenaten did, because remember, they had taken over, they had the largest body of dominating the world. So the civilization was so big that it was much easier to get people to tap into the hidden one you can't imagine trying to explain the deep sciences of the meta nature to millions and millions of people. Most people aren't going to they're not going to get it. We're talking about alchemy, we're talking about science, we're talking about, we're talking about real intricacy stuff.
Yeah.
So what Akhenaten did was imagine the president saying all of the Congress are lying, that whole religious system is a way to keep you a slave. You know what? You can tap into the Aten, which is just the way that the relationship between the sun that we have with the sun is the same relationship that we have with creators. Yeah. So you can be able to look at the sun and study the sun and study sunlight and study the way that the sun affects the world and then understand that that's how you affect your world around you. You are a walking sun.
Damn, yeah. That's
so
facts.
Then he changed the entire spiritual system because now you pulling out the rug behind entire religious system, which changes, once again, you change the entire economy.
Yeah.
So you destabilize the economy, destabilize the political system, and then destabilize the military.
Yeah. Wow.
And then said, hey, let's just live in peace and harmony and let's just worship the Aten all day.
I understand.
And that's
how did his story end?
We don't know. Okay. Because some say he was assassinated.
Okay.
And mind you, he also started actively going against the strict patriarchal rule. The reason we know Queen Nefertiti, right? Nefertiti is a household name. Nefertiti is more of a household name than Akhenaten is. Yeah. Because he started writing about her and started saying how beautiful she is. And no king was talking about, look how beautiful my wife is. And my wife is equally.
That was his wife?
Nefertiti is his wife.
Oh, understood.
So he started changing the whole paradigm of how we view our queens.
Yeah, yeah.
Which a lot of people didn't like.
I understand.
He started creating art that shows affection. Yeah. So how his story ended is some say he was assassinated, some say he turned into Joseph, some say he's actually Moses, right? Huh. Some say that he left and then he came back and then they said, nah, bro. There's so many different variations. Nobody knows. Understood. Which is why what we know was he was wiped away from history.
I understand.
In Kemet, they don't have any record of Akhenaten. Wow. But he created the most meta nature. Yeah. He created so much meta nature that when we finally started finding that meta nature in the 19, he's one of the latest kings that we started finding. we didn't people started finding him stuff in like in the 80s.
Yeah.
And like in the 1900s, where like start really coming into like, bro, there's a whole new king that we don't know about in ancient Egypt. Of all the we know about King Tut, but like we didn't even know about this dude Akhenaten, who did all of this crazy stuff.
He did crazy stuff.
And he has all of this meta nature.
Yeah.
And his meta nature looks different from everybody else's meta nature.
Understood.
So nobody knows what happened to him because he was literally wiped away from the history books.
Yeah.
But he left so much behind. He built a whole city. So when we found this city, and the archaeologists found this city, it turned into this whole craze.
Yeah.
Because that challenged all of the Egypt. You know, Egyptology is a thing, right?
Yeah.
So it challenged Egyptology altogether.
Yeah.
Because you got this new guy who's saying these completely different ideologies and these completely different concepts. But then the more you study, you realize he's saying really, really pre-dynastic concepts.
Yeah.
So he's going against the whole dynastic period of Egypt itself.
Understood.
Right? Because Egypt was here before there were dynasties. Before we decided, let's have kings. Right? He started talking about things that were pre-dynasty.
Yeah.
So he's talking about things that are thousands and thousands and thousands of years old. That's what I'm saying. Imagine the president say, hey, let's start worshiping an ancient Egyptian king. Like, bro, you're talking about some very old. Or imagine the president say our national religion is going to be, the Greek gods. Mm-hmm. It's like, bro, that's crazy, bro.
Crazy. Yeah, understood. Yeah,
that's bro. What are you talking about? You're not going to have the national religion be worshiping the Aten, which is a very, 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 very old guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I started learning that the Aten and Temu, same person.
I understood.
Because the Aten is one. The full name is Ra Harukuti Aten.
Yeah.
Right. It's so he's talking about Ra. Right. Temu is the first part of Ra. So then I started stating that like Akhenaten means just one who's the living life of the Aten, which is the first part of Ra. And then Aten and Temu are the same.
Understood.
So then I was like, wait a minute. Like once again, my name is Akhenaten and Timothy.
Yeah.
Are pretty similar names.
Understood.
As far as when you look at the actual definition.
Yeah.
Right? And then I was like, oh, shoot. Like, it starts making sense.
Yeah. So
which is why I'm able to just break it down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I remember.
Which
is uncomfortable.
I'm learning from it. Yeah. You're auditing. It sounds like you're auditing what you did. For real, bro. I was like, okay, yeah, I was on one. Right? That's really what you're saying. Like he was on one. You was on one. He was on one. He was on one.
Even if it wasn't him as a person, it's the ideology, the mindset. Yeah. That's the type of things I think about doing.
Yeah, and I'm trying to like learn from this to apply to my life, and it's like he wasn't a failure. He was just different, right?
By no, like Caesar,
yeah.
He changed reality.
Yeah. That's real. Okay, that's definitely.
I can change reality.
That's definitely not a failure, and he rolled with his emotions. So I can't have because my mentality has always been I've got to be if I want to be strategic and military and militant, I can't be emotional. But this kind of just shatters that notion. It's like, oh, okay, sounds like I could do whatever the fuck I want.
But I mean, ultimately that led towards the demise of ancient Egypt as well.
There we go.
Because he created so much chaos from leading his emotions. Yeah, he made a phenomenal change, but he also destabilized the entire country.
Yeah.
To the point where you see when King Tut took over, King Tut is undeniably the successor to Akhenaten. Whether it was his brother, whether it was his son, whatever the case. He was the next person who took over. But King Tut is known for being the youngest king. So Akhenaten destabilized the country so much that when he was removed, they had to put a little 8-year-old boy in there. And then, but then the little 8-year-old boy couldn't run Egypt, right? So there was more so like it was like a free for all now.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And his father Amenhotep III was known for being the most illustrious king. So he spent 50 years of Tom Mary being beautiful and amazing and just illustrious and luxurious and phenomenal. And then his son gets in there and just says, forget all of this. Let's destabilize all of this. Let's just break this let's deconstruct reality altogether.
Yeah,
let's deconstruct society. Let's deconstruct religion. Let's deconstruct art. Let's deconstruct science. Let's deconstruct the military. And then once it deconstructed, All right, here you go. Here you guys go. You deal with this chaos.
Yeah.
Like, and then same with Caesar. Caesar deconstructed civilization, deconstructed the calendar, deconstructed the whole concept of Rome, and then they assassinated him.
Yeah.
And then it turned into the Roman Empire, and they went around doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, that's
and crusades and dominating society for years and years and years.
Yeah, yeah. So these characters, they're all catalysts, right?
Yeah, which I know I am, and I've accepted.
it's a cat.
I just pray that I don't leave too much chaos when I get removed from physical reality.
Yeah. Man, it's motivating. It's just like, cause what they made, and we talked about this before the podcast, is they made big choices, bro. They made huge choices. Yeah, and we're in those times where big choices are made to get us from point A, which is a crumbling world, which we're in right now, to the future, the kingdom, the future, the hereafter, right? So I guess my personal dilemma is like, okay, what are my big choices?
Facts.
Yeah, we all got that.
Yeah.
We all got to ask ourselves, like, when do we jump?
Yeah.
Right? This podcast, that was a little jump, right? But now it's just like, okay, what we really finna do, nigga? Like,
Yeah.
that's also like something that's I have my whole emotion that I'm suppressing, but this big question of where do I jump to?
Yeah.
That's where these emotions are getting crashed into, right?
And that's and mind you, we're not going to go into too much of it right now because nothing isn't set in stone. But those are things that we are behind the scenes. Me, you, and a bunch of other young, men.
Yeah.
And women are working towards coming together and doing some big things.
Big choices, bro.
Making some big choices that can make a substantial impact on reality.
That's right. Yeah.
And we're navigating that.
Yeah.
But we're coming into power. I know Akhenaten didn't come into power until his mid-30s. Same with Jesus. He ascended. Jesus transcended in his mid-30s.
That's right, bro.
He resurrected.
And here we are.
So we're
34 and 33.
Yeah, I'm 32.
You're 32.
I just turned 32 last week.
Yes, sir.
So I know we're coming into that age of like, it's do or die. It's either we're going to be
33, man.
We're going to be removed from reality, or we're going to, like it's either or. You get what I'm saying? I know we're coming into that Jesus year.
We're in that time.
Yeah,
We're in that.
We're in that.
33.
We're in that year.
We in 33.
Where it's like what you gonna do?
Damn, fuck. That's what. Yeah, but what you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
That's
are you like even like Tupac said on Mortal Man, which is one of my favorite Kendrick Lamar songs. Like,
it's real.
When people hit them 30s, man, it's like what you
gonna do?
What you
bro?
about?
Straight up.
You either gonna lay down, or you gonna get down.
In that part, he said, "You don't see no loudmouth 30-year-old motherfucker.
You don't,
bro." And I don't. I was even looking at him today. I was like, "You become 30 and 40, black men become soft as fuck."
Because you got to start thinking about you don't have as much intensity, and your emotions have been beat down all this time,
bro.
So by the time you hit 30s, you emotionally, you don't have any more zest for life.
Facts.
Because you haven't been able to process those emotions, and you haven't used those emotions towards what you want.
Damn. There we go.
Most of us have been spending our 20s and our early 30s so much in the loop of letting some other corporation play with our emotions.
Absolutely.
And letting our relationship with fiat govern our emotions.
Woo! That's what it is. It's that job, and it's our relationship with money. And then bad relationship with our counterparts, women. Wow.
Yeah,
that's it.
Definitely.
That's it.
A lot of us spend a lot of our 20s being a beta.
Man.
And I was there.
Yeah, man. You and I both.
Spent a lot of my 20s being a beta. Spent a lot of my 20s just trying to take care of women.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Man. No, we're really auditing, the time in which you live at large, the macro, but then the micro within the macro, which is our individual, the point at which we both are, that Jesus moment. Fuck you gonna do, bro? Fuck you gonna do? And that's,
are you gonna transcend? Are you gonna resurrect? Or are you gonna reincarnate? Man. Which one?
Good question. But that's why we're both here, to hold each other accountable, because we're sending that beacon out to the other 30-year-old dudes that are just dying, submitting, taking their vaccine, right? That's what it is.
I ain't took it.
It's
man.
fun. No,
I ain't took it.
We already know, man.
I ain't took it, bro.
Yeah, no, hell no. Not even. Still not even a question. But obviously we're gonna come here. But all I see now is like, oh, now they making us the enemy. I see it. I see.
And remember what I was saying weeks ago? Like the game is. I'm watching the game within the game.
I see the game. Hasn't changed my mindset. I'm just like, oh, okay. What am I gonna do now?
Are you gonna stand up? Because it's not about. This is a micro of the macro.
That's right.
Do we have free will? Do we have a choice?
Yeah.
Do we have rights?
Yeah.
Are we human beings or are we chattel slavery?
Yeah, man. That's real.
Can you tell me I have to take this?
That's right. Right. It's a good question.
It starts with guilting and shaming and insulting.
That's where we are right now. Right?
Yeah.
Guilt, shame, insult.
And playing because the emotions, especially during cancer season, they're gonna play with. They're gonna push these emotions.
They're pushing
heavy.
it right now. That guilt, shame, and emotion. Because right now, what they're doing is like this. Let's look at the strategy. What's happening right now? They're doing the Delta variant, whatever. I don't pay attention. But the Delta variant, and what they're saying is that the unvaccinated people are the reason why it's spreading so much.
Yes.
So what they are doing, they're putting the fear in the mind of the quote unquote safe people, the vaccinated people, that these people are going to hurt you. You're a patriot. You're a patriot.
Exactly.
But these people, because they didn't.
Birth of a nation.
Yeah, straight up. Because they didn't do what you did, they aren't a hero. They aren't a patriot. They're putting you at risk.
Which
What
is
are you gonna do about it?
counterproductive to the vaccine in the first place.
Absolutely.
It doesn't work on it. It's counterintelligence. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If you took the vaccine to protect yourself from the disease, why are you afraid of? How can I hurt you then?
How can I hurt you?
How?
Yeah, it's not.
Think about that.
Yeah.
If you're vaccinated, how can an unvaccinated person harm you?
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Unless you can harm us.
That's right. Yep. That's something
Because by logic, we can't harm you.
No. Yeah.
By logic, because you have
safe.
the protection.
You got the protection. Yeah. You took that leap. Right?
So how am I your enemy?
Yeah. Because that's the ultimate intention of what's happening right now. They're making us the enemy.
And who's getting paid from that?
Yeah, good question. Well, from the surface we see Pfizer, Moderna, those guys.
And they're investors who Vanguard, things like that. They're the people who are behind the scenes who really the real playmakers.
That's real.
The real money people who aren't on CNN. You're not going to see them on TV.
That's real.
You're not going to see their names on CNN.
That's real.
You're going to just look up, go on Robinhood, and you're going to watch their stock. Go watch Vanguard. Watch Vanguard. Vanguard got so many ETFs, man. Please,
man.
bro.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Vanguard got their own. They got so much investment portfolios. It's insane.
But yeah, but the point is, it's like that's one choice that we can make as the 30-year-olds, black men in the Jesus moment. Is do we submit to the flow? That's the easy choice. Oh, I'll take the vaccine, and that's probably a majority. I don't know. I haven't done the math. I just know I'm not doing it. But it doesn't start there. You know, not only are we saying fuck that straight up, like no cap, like we have no shame or qualms about it at all.
None.
But it's also like, what else are we going to do? And that's what we're talking.
Use natural medicine that's been around for thousands and thousands of years.
Yeah.
And use natural therapy.
That's right.
And treat the body and take care of the body and take care of the mind and take care of the respiratory system.
That's right.
Take care of the heart.
Yeah, and then build infrastructure through which we could teach people about these medicines, about these tools, about natural ways of existing on planet Earth.
Yeah, exactly. And mind you, let me be very clear for people who haven't heard, I'm not anti-science.
Yeah.
By no stretch am I anti-modern science.
No, sir.
I'm just not. I'm not in even opposition. I just lawfully would free will choose to not take something that there is no accountability.
That's right. Yeah.
There's no liability.
That's right.
They're not held liable for any side effect. Any side effect I get, I have already accepted that comes with it.
That's right.
I don't want
those.
I don't want any I don't want no side effects.
I don't want them. Especially when it's very unlikely that we haven't come in contact with this virus. I know I have.
Yeah,
we have, and I fought it. I didn't even know. I haven't been sick in 3 years. So that tells you automatically that whatever this virus is, my body can handle it. So I'm not taking it.
You have a human body.
Exactly.
That you take care of.
Very well.
That's what the immune system is for.
Absolutely.
That's the purpose of an immune system. You get what I'm saying? So it's like to tell me that my immune system isn't capable of doing what my immune system naturally does is telling me that my human body is deficient.
That's right.
telling me that my human body doesn't work properly. My human body works properly.
Yes, it does.
Because I put things in, I do things to make sure my human body works properly because I have an immune system, and that's what the immune system does.
Yes.
It takes it, it fights it, it learns it, and then once it experiences it again, it already know. I don't need something outside of my human body.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what the body does. And you can use things to amplify the body that are natural, that don't have life-altering side effects, possibly.
Exactly.
Because there are a lot of people who haven't experienced the life-altering side effects. I'm not here to live in I'm not delusional.
Yeah.
A lot of people who've taken it and they don't have life-altering side effects.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Honors to you.
Yeah. In the short term.
But once again, exactly, because number one, we don't know. There hasn't been an extensive.
There's no long-term track record.
There's no long-term.
But what we do know, and this is why I won't be another.
I'm one of those woke people. Yeah, I'm woke, but I can have the real conversation.
Yeah, but what I do know is that this is an mRNA. This is a mRNA vaccine, or quote unquote vaccine, that uses mRNA coding to program your body to do X, Y, and Z. We didn't go into the details, but that automatically is a non-starter for me. It's like, no, you're not. I don't want anything in my body made from an organization I have no control over telling my body what to do.
Who has no accountability.
No accountability for it. I'm sorry. That's just not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
And I'm not against the people who choose to do it. Just don't, like you said, just don't make me be the enemy.
Yeah.
Because now we're dealing with we're in a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, whole conversation. And like, actually, what I tell people is like, you could think of me the enemy. I don't care what you think about me, bro. You can do what the fuck you want. You're not going to stop me from doing what I need to do. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you want to square up, we can square up because I'm trying. We could go there. We could talk. I mean, if you want to argue, fine. I don't really waste my time arguing with people who like. Why? What's the point? I don't need to argue with you. Like, do you?
I just see it's turning into Star Wars. That's all. It turns into Star Wars, and I seen it. Well, I seen where it was gonna go, and I seen that they're playing with our rights.
They're very much.
It's easy to play with your rights when you're not talking about rights.
That's right.
You just talk about this over here. No, we're talking about human rights. We're talking about God-given human rights.
Human rights. People have a right to reject an mRNA vaccine.
Just
period. That's not
period.
Period.
There's nothing that is not debatable.
No.
It's not here. You can't shame, guilt, and soak people into taking experimental vaccines.
Yeah. And they're even saying it's experimental. And the sad part is like, I know there's going to be people who aren't as we call ourselves hardliners, but we're not even hardliners. We're just honest and truthful with ourselves. And we don't, when it comes to our own health, we don't have to compromise, and we don't. But there's people who are just maybe as uncomfortable with us with that idea, but are fearful of not fitting in.
What are they leading? Once again, what's the root?
Fear.
You're leading with the emotions.
Yeah, it's fear. It's fear. 100%.
You're allowing people to manipulate your emotions.
Yeah. We're going to other you and stop you from doing. They're already telling you.
Shame.
Shame. You can't even go into now you have to wear a mask.
No, they released a mandate.
Yeah.
I don't wear a mask no more.
I don't wear a mask, bro. I ain't wearing a mask.
I don't. And I'm not. If you tell me I gotta wear a mask, I'll walk out. Fine. I can't wear a mask in here. Fine.
That's right.
No problem.
Yeah.
You got it. It's your business. I respect your business. Yeah. I'll just walk out.
But the point is, we're already here to where they're othering people. It's because when you other people, you could isolate them and then you could attack them and then really just get them to do what you want them to do.
Exactly.
So this is really just
exactly.
Yeah. This is just a beacon call or a light saying that we see what's happening, and then we're letting people know, stand your ground. You don't got to be out here and start a podcast about it. But you also don't have to submit to what you know to be antagonistic to your rights.
Yeah.
Period. Right?
Definitely.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. It's like, no, do you. You don't have to talk about it, but just know that I'm here to support you.
Yeah.
And you're not alone.
And tap into all the other, like, once again, we're pushing plant medicine.
Absolutely.
I push plant medicine. Anybody knows me, I tap into essential oils, aromatherapy, sound therapy, fresh picked organic food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Herbalisms. I'm not just saying don't do it and just sit around and not do anything.
Yeah, no.
Work out, sunbathe.
Do something. That's right.
Get cardio. Lift weights.
That's right.
Boost your immune system. Elderberry, Irish sea moss, aloe vera.
Yep.
Black seed oil.
Yep. Get your mind right. That's all
oil.
Physical stuff. But there's three. There's mind, body, and spirit.
Facts.
And if we could agree on the body. So we're all talking body. Everyone could agree that body is a thing. So
Yeah.
it's the mind and spirit that there's philosophical debate about, which is understandable.
Yeah.
Take care of the body, and if you're up the other one, if you're available to handle the other two, do that as well because they're just as important. So, yeah, man, like doing nothing at this point for anybody is not an option.
No.
Right? No, absolutely no. It's time. It's a time of big choices. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what is your big choice? Right? What are you gonna do? Right?
I know what I'm gonna do, bro. Yeah. I'm gonna put myself in position to be able to feed and provide plant medicine and provide herbs and information and education to thousands of people.
Absolutely.
That's it.
That
like that's I found like my creed, my purpose of being here is also Temu Asyr. I'm here to be Temu Asyr.
Yes, sir.
I'm here to be the angel and the king.
That's right.
That provides us back to our actual birthright of agriculture in the industry and the economy and the equity of agriculture.
Absolutely.
And provide people with the actual physical high quality food, how to cook the high quality food, how to grow the high quality food, how to cook the high quality food for your children, how to tap into the actual equity and economy and the infrastructure of the industry that is the foundation of all civilization altogether is agriculture.
Absolutely.
It's the foundation of the bond market, the foundation of the stock market, the foundation of ETFs. Any type of service, any type of anything that anyone can point to is going to it ties back some type of way to agriculture.
Yeah.
To some capacity. It ties back to working with the land.
That's right.
Even if you doing the fashion, cotton, leather, right? Art.
Yep.
Art, colors come from flowers and come from plants, come from different people getting a lot of paint and all that type of stuff. It's still rooted in agriculture. Everything that we do is coming back to agriculture.
That's right.
Building homes, carpentry, you know what I'm saying? Anything, even these computer chips, that goes back to mining.
Yeah.
That goes back to getting your minerals from the soil.
That's right.
You feel me?
That's right.
There's these supercomputers don't work without our minerals.
That's right.
Every watch has a quartz in it.
That's right.
You get what I'm saying? All of our cars have different minerals in it.
Yep.
And these minerals come from the earth.
Yes, they do.
So
everything is agriculture.
Everything
is agriculture. So you have your purpose, I have my purpose to finance the shit out of everything you just said. There we go. And that's why we're here together having this conversation and really just giving other people like a support. Do what you can do, right? But it's the time we're witnessing, this desperation, this vaccine push, this aggressive vaccine push. It shows you how scared the people who run the show are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it shows you that they're trying to hold on to a falling and crumbling world based pretty much on white supremacy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's no judgment on it. I'm just like, okay, I see what you're doing. I'm going to let it crumble. Right. But I also realize that I have basic physical necessities that I got to take account for. And I'm going to build the infrastructure to secure that.
Yeah.
Right. And hopefully, you stay out of the way. I expect some interference, but it's my job as someone who is trained military science to offset that. Yeah, with just sound stratagem.
And that's the world. That's the world that they built, and then we are learning that world is just an ideology. It's just an alternate universe. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like we don't have to operate in that universal pathology because that's a social status.
Yeah.
So once we can accept there are no such thing as white people.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That those aren't. That's not an entity. That's an ideology.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? These are concepts.
Yep.
These are things that people check. These are boxes that you check on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
So, and we are starting to really tear it down and look at them for who they actually are, which are just other human beings.
That's right.
Who have used this ideology to maintain themselves and position themselves as the dominant people in society.
Yeah.
And that paradigm is falling.
Oh, it's falling fast.
Because we're learning nationality, which is more so the mindset of we know we come from something real and substantial.
Yeah.
We have a legacy. We have a lineage. We are a people.
Yeah.
We're not a social status.
Yeah.
We're not an ideology. We're not make-believe entity. We are a real people.
Who have a history of being self-sufficient and not relying on a system of white supremacy.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we've done it before.
Exactly.
So it's just like, okay, now we're literally being forced to do it again.
Exactly. And mind you, that is the loop, and that goes back to the meta nature, because even in the meta nature, there are times where we fall. There are times, there are hundreds of years and periods where our civilization was ran from somebody else.
Yeah.
And then we remember, and the Haru rises, and then we take it back up, and we have a couple dynasties.
Yeah.
And then guess what? We do it for a couple thousand years, and then we fall for a couple hundred years, maybe a couple thousand.
That's
we
right.
fall.
Yeah, we fall.
And we forget.
That's right.
And then we remember.
That's right.
And then we take. We sin. We sin. And it doesn't have to be, I'm not a black supremacist. You get what I'm saying? I don't need to rule everything with an iron fist. I don't need to dominate you to be myself.
Yeah.
I need to just be myself.
That's right.
And and it's gonna be it's gonna happen how it's gonna happen.
That's right.
Because I just need to be my proper self.
That's right.
I don't need to fight you to be myself. I need to just be myself.
Absolutely not. Yeah. And it's just, this world is not configured for us to allow to live out who we are to the fullest potential. Mm-hmm. That's by design. Yeah. And that's fine.
Let's build a new world.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can't have two gods ruling at the same time. That's really what it is. It's so,
I need you to watch Loki, bro.
All right. Yes, sir. Understood. How many episodes is that season?
Like 6, 7.
Is it more important than me reading The Alchemist?
It's not a fair question, bro. Because read The Alchemist. Definitely read. I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no. The Alchemist is The Alchemist because you are a staple. You are an alchemist.
I understand.
And it is the story of you, especially as an Asiatic man.
I understand. Yeah.
But low key, I love the last episode Loki the most. You get what I'm saying? Because the last episode Loki most it just brings it all. It brings Marvel's whole new wave full circle. Marvel's going through a new paradigm, and with this new paradigm, I do accept that what Marvel does is a micro of the macro of the paradigm of society. Yeah, which is why they had to came out with this Scarlett Johansson movie, which is their apology. Black Widow was like an apology to.
You watched Black Widow too?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, understand.
And I get it. I mean,
apology to whom?
To society.
Oh, okay.
Like, bro, you gotta understand. She was in Iron Man 2. Scarlett Johansson has been a part of the Marvel Universe since the beginning, bro. Yeah. And they made a Iron Man 3. They got 3 Thors, 3 Iron Mans. You feel me? Doctor Strange. Everybody that got a movie but her. Okay. And she's been a part of it since the jump, bro.
Oh, understood.
Like, think about
it's an apology in the sense that we're apologizing for not having given her a movie sooner, even though she's been a part of it.
It's an apology to feminine energy.
Understood.
Because you got to remember, the foundation of Marvel is white patriarchal ideology. Yeah, Iron Man, Thor. Yeah. You feel me? They're all the same archetypes. Thor, Iron Man are the same person. Yeah. The same type of philosophy. Yeah. The same archetype. White man, brilliant, rich, wealthy, has everything, loses everything, travels. Some Asiatic teaches him how to goes within. He goes within, finds love. Now he resurrects. Now he's another person. Yes, sir. That's the meta nature. That's Thor. That's Iron Man. That's everywhere. Yeah, right. That's all Marvel. Yes, sir. And then Black Panther came in, and Black Panther said, "Forget all of that, bro. That's all lies. That's all cap. Nobody really cares. We love it. We like watching it, but deep down, we don't want to see this. Yeah. We really want to see us. The world wants to see the Asiatic. The world wants to see us. Absolutely. And Black Panther shattered every single thing. Yeah. And it had to take a step back and reprogram and say we have to come to another phase. Yeah. Because this is clearly what the world wants to see. Absolutely. Yep. And then, of course, the Me Too movement, they had to figure out how can we tap in with this Me Too movement. Understood. And then they made Black Widow. Yeah. Did I like Black Widow? No. Was Black Widow for me? No. So do I accept that Black Widow wasn't for me? Yeah. I had Black Panther, bro. Black Panther. I watched Black Panther Friday night. Oh, yeah. I can still sit down and watch Black Panther. Like, I know Black Panther is for me, bro. That's right. I don't
Damn
need.
straight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get Black Widow was necessary.
Yeah, that's right.
It's necessary to make some amends with feminine energy and say you're right. We have been just sweeping y'all under the rug. We have this prominent character that we kind of put in the background that we don't really give any extensive knowledge to. We don't really show that she's a real person. We kind of touch on it, even though she's been here since literally the beginning of our whole run.
Yeah.
We just use her as a sex symbol.
Yeah.
And then we kind of talk about her story a little bit, but really it's just confusion and chaos with her story. And then we kill her. And then after we kill her, we planned on putting this out last year, but really a pandemic happened, which shifted every single thing.
Yeah.
And then they put it out.
I understand.
Mind you, this is the first Marvel movie we've seen in like 2 years. You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
So, I mean, they put out Captain Marvel, but this was their like that was like a Me Too movement too, but this was definitely like a all men are bad type. I didn't really like it. Was just too much like men are the evil, men are evil, and I don't like that type of stuff.
I understand.
But I understand it's not for me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, it is. And like I just
Black Widow was a slippery slope.
I understand. Yeah, and it's just like I react how you react is like it's not for me. Period. So I'm not gonna watch it now, but two, I'm like, okay,
watch it just to be aware of just to tap into the Marvel universe and tap into it's like movies are rituals. Rituals are a micro of the mindset of where we are in society.
That's true. That's true.
It's objectively.
Yeah.
Watch it, man.
Okay. All right. We'll see. It sounds like I should probably watch Loki as opposed to this.
Yeah. Okay. But Loki's a series, and Loki's a journey.
I understand. Okay.
Because you're dealing with the god of Loki. What he represents is the god of mischief. He represents the loser in the story, right? He represents the person that's funny. That's always going to antagonize the hero, right? So that's
his character.
Yeah, and they go into depths into the multiverse, into multiple timelines of that ideology of what does Loki represent? What does that type of energy represent?
Yeah,
and ultimately, what is that type of energy really going to get you?
Yeah.
It can really get you to the end because Loki constantly goes against the status quo. From the first movie, I love Loki. From Thor 1, I was like, oh, I rock with that. That's me. That's that, and that also represents Cancer energy, definitely.
Understand.
Of like that energy that's like, bro, you're irritating, you're annoying me.
Yeah.
But I love you.
Yeah.
And you're gonna push me to be better. But bro, I hate stop.
I hate you right now.
I hate you right now.
I hate you right now. Yeah.
But I'm gonna be better because of this.
That's right.
And that Loki is that he's the god of mischief. He's the god of deception. He's the god of like, hey, a lot of people say cancers are, deceptive and manipulative and whatever the case.
I understand.
So it's not good or bad. Manipulation isn't bad. Yeah. Manipulation can be used for great good.
Yeah, manipulation leads to change.
And ultimately, at the end of the series, it's like, hey, we're all bad guys. We're all villains here. Now, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to be a villain for a overall good or purpose? Or are we going to be villains of our own selfish, vain, insecure, childish emotions that we're still dealing with? And that's Loki, dealing with childhood trauma. Loki is the epitome of dealing with childhood trauma.
Okay. His daddy beat him. What's the story?
You don't know the story of Loki?
No, I don't know. I just know what he looks like. I don't know.
Oh, man. Remember, go back and watch Thor 1, bro. His whole life is a lie.
Oh.
His entire concept of his entire being, his entire reality that he thinks is reality is based upon fallacy and based upon his father doing something for war. And who is Odin? Odin represents Asyr.
His dad is Odin.
His dad is Odin.
Thor's his brother, right?
Thor's his brother. Okay. Thor is Haru.
Understood.
His dad is Odin, which represents Asyr.
Understood.
So these are different archetypes of masculine energy.
Understood.
That like that, Thor represents the Haru, the willpower. Loki represents that innate child, that lightheartedness, that playfulness,
yes, sir,
mischievousness, curiosity.
Yeah,
it's not bad, it's not good.
Yeah, I understand.
But if not channeled, it can create chaos.
I understand.
Yeah,
yeah, and chaos unchecked leads to destruction, right? Which could ultimately lead to, I guess,
which is how, and that's how Loki ends. That's how the season ends. Which is that it leads to utter destruction. Now it leads to an entirely like Akhenaten. Now the entire concept of reality is destabilized now.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to go into the next Marvel series, which is now there's an entirely new timeline.
I understand.
Everything we watched before in Marvel is now going to be null and void.
I understand.
because
Okay.
time itself and universe has been itself is going to be altered.
I understand. So it sounds like Loki pulled an Akhenaten or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay. I
cancer
understand.
energy.
I
You get what I'm
understand.
saying?
Okay.
Destabilized
Yeah.
by not dealing with himself.
Yeah.
Or different expression of himself, a variant of himself.
I understand.
You gotta watch. Look.
I do. No, because everything we're talking about, just the story of Caesar, Akhenaten, and Loki, it's all about choices.
Exactly.
Big ass choices.
Big ass choices.
And we're in the time where you got to make big ass choices.
Yes.
We have to survive.
Yes.
And that's where, yeah. And then,
And one of those things,
Yeah.
like Loki didn't want to kill a part of himself that he loved, that he knew was destructive, a variant or an expression of his own self.
Yeah.
That he knew was ultimately untrustworthy,
yeah, understood.
is what destabilized everything, because he loved that side of himself. But he operated in his emotions even internally. He romanticized his own untrustworthiness. Loki get deep, bro. I can go in on
Understood.
Loki.
No, yeah, no.
But he romanticized himself because he was never able to feel love from outside of himself.
Okay.
So when he met a different expression of himself, as twisted as it was, they fell in love with each other.
Understood.
You get what I'm saying? Because they've never been able to love another person. They never felt love. They only felt shame.
Yeah.
They've only felt hurt from society. They've only felt lies from everyone outside themselves. So when they met each other, even though they were the same person,
Yeah.
they fell in love. And when they had the opportunity to create order from actually working together, channeling these different masculine and feminine energies and bringing them together, they still, because the feminine energy doesn't trust and the masculine energy is untrustworthy, they still self-sabotage themselves.
Understood.
And destroy order, which lead to utter chaos.
That's right. And then order is balance. Balance is balance between masculine and feminine energies.
Exactly.
There we go. I understand. Yeah.
And
wow.
the only order that can run, only thing that can create order is actually the masculine and feminine energy seeing
Absolutely.
themselves as each other.
Oh man.
Right.
Absolutely.
Self-awareness.
Yeah.
Being able to actually know we are one.
Yeah.
But still dealing with the trauma of the feminine energy of trusting and the masculine energy of being trustworthy, and then
Facts.
both healing that together.
That's right.
To make the best decision.
That's right.
And then also the masculine energy, which knows what it needs to do,
Yeah.
not doing what it needs to do, and allowing the feminine energy doing what she feels she wants to do, even though she knows that's what she didn't do, because as soon as she did it, she started crying and she regretted it.
Facts, bro. Absolutely.
Because the masculine energy didn't do what it know it needed to do, because it romanticized the feminine energy as opposed to treating it for what it actually is.
Bro, just speaking
Which
facts
is just an
right now.
expression of itself.
That's right.
You can't let that
He
energy
allowed
in
the
you.
chaos of the feminine energy to derail him from his duty.
Yes.
Knowing what to do.
Yes.
Damn it. Yes, sir. You're talking to me, bro.
Which created complete utter chaos in the timeline.
chaos. It's chaos. It's absolute.
And it's not against feminine. It's not anti-feminine
Not at all.
energy, but
Not
you
at all.
can't romanticize it and you can't allow it to dictate what you know in your mind. Because
Absolutely.
now you're dealing with your feelings. Back to you're letting your feelings guide you, and the feelings are rooted in the trauma.
That's right.
It's not the feelings itself; it's the feelings being rooted in the trauma that's going to lead to the decision. And if the intellect doesn't supersede and does what it needs to do to clearly accept that this feminine energy is rooted in trauma, the feminine energy will go to the full extent, because the subconscious mind will self-sabotage.
Absolutely.
You can't stop you cannot stop the subconscious mind from self-sabotage.
Absolutely.
You're gonna have to accept it once a self-sabotage and check it
That's right.
and do what you need to do.
Do what you need to do.
Not try to treat it like it's not what it is.
Chaos. You can't let chaos run unchecked. Bro, you have no idea how close you're speaking to me right now, bro.
And mind you, like I said, that's why I tap in with Marvel, because I know Marvel. They're not. Loki has the production. Every episode has a production of one of their movies, bro.
Yeah.
So they're not going to put this big budget. They put a lot of money into making Loki.
Yeah.
They're not going to put all this money into making it if it isn't powerful. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
If it isn't tapped in, I know they have scientists and the screenwriters and the people who are developing the story are people who clearly know these deep sciences.
That's right.
They wouldn't spend hundreds of millions of dollars making this stuff if it wasn't what it is. You get what I'm saying? It is what it
Absolutely.
is. So tap into it because it's here. It's our mother nature. It's definitely they choose a timeline on accident. They didn't accidentally end the series in the thick of cancer season.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Understand. No, that's correct.
You feel me?
Yeah. Sir, man, no. You gave me a lot to swallow, bro. Like a lot. Yep. That what you just said was directed for me in present time.
So go watch Loki then, man.
Yes, sir. Understood. Yes, sir. All right, then.
I love Loki. The show's tight. I know it's time. It's
Yeah.
about 2, about 1.
Yeah.
It's time to wrap it
I
up.
felt we you ended on a good note, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So
Cause I love breaking down the Marvel, man.
No, it's good.
I love
No,
Marvel.
yeah.
Cause they gonna take you there.
yes, they are.
And you gotta just be ready. You gotta just be like me, who know what I know what they're telling me.
Yes, sir.
I know what's being communicated.
Yes, sir.
So I'm able to watch it with an even deeper appreciation.
That's right.
I went back and I watched that episode again this morning, bro.
Understand.
This rising.
Understand. Let's close this out, bro.
Let's close it out,
I'm
man.
thinking. I'm in it. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, and Master of the Day of Judgment. Thee alone do we serve, thee alone do we beseech for divine aid. Guide us on the right path, the path upon whom thou hast bestowed favors, not upon whom thy wrath has been brought down, nor upon those who go astray. Ameen.
Islam.
Yes, sir.